Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time. We're back with a new Magic the Gathering Arena standard best of one deck for ranked. The new season is here and we are crawling our way back into Mythic rank with Mono Black Midrange. It has been a fortnight since I've played Mono Black. Typically, I'm just complaining about it, but I'll tell you what, joining the dark side feels fantastic. Going all the way through Platinum, and we're about a quarter of the way through Diamond now as we strive towards Mythic. Very excited to break down the deck list for you all. We'll talk about the strategies and synergies held within, demonstrating this within our ranked gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world right now. And of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and a pack opening. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help support myself and future content. Let's take a look at the new deck. Mono Black Midrange is a 60-card standard best of one build with a 2.5 average mana value. We have 14 creatures and 24 non-creatures supported by 22 lands. And I'll tell you what, these 22 lands are performing to perfection, rarely bricking and limiting the late game flood. It's balanced really nicely. So, it's built around Invoke Despair for 5 mana. Probably the most broken card I've seen in a while, other than the rest of the cards that are in the deck. Sorcery speed. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and draw a card. We will draw the card, of course. And we repeat the process for an enchantment and a planeswalker as well. So, it's remove 3, or it's, deal 6 damage, draw 3, or just, somewhere in the middle there, which is phenomenal. There's literally very few ways within Standard right now to get better value out of a single card than Invoke Despair. But wait, there's more. Shouldered the Apocalypse for 4 mana, 2 generic, double black source here is a 4 power 5 toughness creature with Death Touch, and whenever you draw a card, you'll gain 2 life. Whenever your opponent draws a card, they're going to lose 2 life. A, its stats are phenomenal as a 4/5. B, just the passive life gain and life drain is unmatched. This is crazy. It triggers every time they draw. How will they ever get ahead if drawing is a negative within that game plan? So, Shielded is a crazy good card. Another crazy good card, Liliana of the Veil for 3 mana. This is a legendary planeswalker with 3 starting loyalty, 3 different abilities. The first as +1, each player discards a card. The second as a -2, target player sacrifices a creature. And finally, the third is -6, separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all the permanents in the pile of their choice. I like this card because A, it's a removal spell for 3 that gives you residual value, right? So you play it for 3, you -2, the Planeswalker remains in play, and then you can start to utilize those plus abilities, working into another -2. Multiple removals through 1 card, plus if we can take advantage of the discard a card through something like Tenacious Underdog, or another creature that we bring back with Gix's command, then it's definite 2-for-1 value within Liliana. And if we can find cards that provide very good value multipliers, you're going to win. So on that same note, we have the Graveyard Trespasser for 3 mana as a 3 power 3 toughness creature. Ward, discard a card. So if they single target this, it forces a 2-for-1 because they've spent their removal spell and they've now had to discard a card. That's 2 spells to deal with your 1, right? So the more of these value plays that we can add to the deck, the better. Of course, there's more. When it enters play or attacks, you can exile a card from a graveyard control. If it was a creature, gain 1 life, they lose 1 life. Nightbound, you get to do that twice, plus it gets a +1/+1, right? So, potentially 6 damage here when it attacks on the Nightbound side. And the graveyard control, which is, there's just so many layers to this card that are very, very powerful. Oakley Dokley, moving on now, Life of Toshiro for 2 mana as a saga. When it enters play and on the second lore trigger after your draw step, choose one of 3. Target creature gets +2/+2. target creature gets -1/-1 or gain 2 life, right? So, you know, if we want to increase our attack, that's phenomenal. 2 extra damage is great, especially as it triggers multiple times. Removing their creatures is even better. And then gaining 2 life, you know, worst case scenario, and it's not that bad considering how aggro the meta is right now. And then finally, you know, Exile Transform into the Memory of Toshiro. It's a 2/3, which is pretty good for 2 mana, and you got those other triggers. And you can pay 1 life, tap it to add a swamp or black source of mana to your pool, casting sorcery spells, which is pretty cool. Instant speed spells as well. So again, you can reduce the cost of your invoke down to 4. Very well, you're not really reducing it, but you're using the Toshiro as a mana. So, you know, that's going to make the consistency of casting this a little bit better. Also allowing us to have that lighter total of lands down to 22 because we're not super reliant on them for the bigger spells in the deck. Obviously, you know, our max curve here is basically 3, Shouldered's 4, and then we've got those sorceries that we can reduce with Toshiro, right? So, you know, a very light curve when we think of it. Moving on, we've got Okiba Rekna Raid, another saga. For the first 2 triggers, an opponent's going to lose 1 life and we're going to gain 1 life, you know, just spreading the gap between our 2 life totals. Exile Transform, it's a 2/2 with Menace, so pretty good consistent damage output through the evasion there. And then giving our other vehicles Menace, which would allow the Buster to be a little bit more effective here as well. There's only 2 copies of it in the deck, 4 power, 4 toughness as a vehicle crew, 3 charge counters on it when it enters. Pay 2, tap it to remove a counter, drawing a card. If there are no more counters on it, you remove the last one. Make a treasure, make a pilot crews for power 2 greater, which would be 3 for the Buster. I really like to play the Buster on 2, the Trespasser on 3, and then crew the Trespasser and hit for 4 with the Buster, right? And hopefully, you know, you get a creature here maybe. Who knows? We have the Tenacious Underdog in the deck as well. 2 mana, 3 power, 2 toughness. Blitz 4, pay 2 life. So, you know, you're going to have to pay an additional 2 mana for it. It will enter with haste, and it will self-sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. And when it dies, you will draw a card if you play that Blitz ability. Otherwise, it's just a 3/2 for 2. Really nice to discard with Liliana and then play from your grave, retaining access to it through the Blitz while your opponent has permanently lost access to the card they've discarded, hopefully. We have the Evolved Sleeper for 1 mana as a 1/1. Pay 1, it becomes a 2/2. Pay 2, it becomes a 3/3 with Death Touch. And pay 3, it gains +1/+1 counter. We'll lose 1 life and we draw a card. So, you know, this is incredible value. You can sink all of your mana into this. It gets bigger, it gets badder. It's a fantastic defender for that Death Touch. You know, they're not going to want to block it because of that same reason, and you can draw cards, which is really quite nice as well. Some removal in the deck, 3 copies of Cut Down, total power and toughness 5 or less at instant speed for 1, being destroyed. Shouldered's Edict for 2, instant speed, choosing 1 of 3. Sacrifice non-token creature, sacrifice token creature, sacrifice planeswalker for our opponent. Very nice there as well. We have a Soul Transfer, 3 mana, sorcery speed. If we control an artifact and enchantment, choose both, otherwise just 1. Exiling creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, or or returning target creature or planeswalker from the grave to our hand, which is quite nice as well. There is a Gix Yawgmoth Praetor here for 3 mana as a 3 power, 3 toughness creature. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to an opponent, its controller, us, may pay 1. If we do, we get to draw a card, which is unmatched, you know, it's especially if you have Shouldered in play. And then, you know, pay 7, discard X cards, exile the top X cards of your opponent's library, and you may play cards and cast spells without paying their mana costs. Typically, it's not great. Your spells are going to be better because, well, we're playing Mono Black, right? So we have the best spells. I don't care about yours, but at the end of the day, if you're discarding land for hopes at non-lands, that's going to be good enough. Gix's Command for 5 mana, sorcery speed, choose 2. 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature we control. It gains lifelink. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. Finally, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures that they control. Really, really nice as a field wipe here. Also, you know, maybe we grab some creatures back. We gain lifelink. It's all good. The Foundry can attack as a 2/2 for 2 mana plus itself, total of 3. Just a little bit of additional damage. the Mire can bring back, you know, the Trespasser, the Shieldred into hand, so we can replay it. That's always really quite nice. And I believe that is the entirety of the deck. We do have a sideboard for those of you who are interested in playing best of 3. Go for the Throat, single target, non-artifact removal. Gix, you know, really nice if we want additional draw. Gix Command if we need to wipe the field more. The Flesh Gorger if it's a, you know, a super aggro deck and we want more life gain to sustain ourselves. Sorin playing against Farewell, right? Planeswalkers are really good against those Farewell decks. And, you know, that's really it. It's fairly basic, right? So if you're looking to play best of 3, help yourselves. If not, we've been having a ton of success with this build in best of 1. So we're going to showcase our diamond ranked matches today. Just make sure you guys all know how to cast Invoke Despair on turn 5. And then we're going to tear open a collector's pack to wrap up the video. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. YouTube, Patreon, and Twitch if you want to financially support me. And just, you know, thank you all so much for this opportunity. Let's play some Magic. Alrighty, our opponent's going first. I only have 2 land, but I do like the curve. Cut down off the top, 3rd land. Neither. 2 draw. Let's kill the Phoenix chick. -1 from Toshiro. Looking for a 3rd land. Practically begging for it at this point. Thank you. There's a good chance Lily does not survive. And we'll need a Graveyard Trespasser to take Squee away. Oh, wow. Damn, dude. That's really good. And they hit us, not Lily. That's a fatal flaw. I'm sorry, friend. That may be a mistake. I don't want to be that guy, but...
Drop it.
It's 4 other cards, so we should be fine. And then hold up, cut down after this. For this re-entering of Squee. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is a good card. Alright. Just hold up this cut down, right? Get blasted. No blocks, even on the underdog. You think I'll double draw? Yes. Here, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Where are you? Come here, girl. Okay, nice. Empty hand. Setting up the scry as well. We're cutting it pretty close.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Should be good though. Shan't be a problem. Discarding whatever this is. Another Squee. Nice. Casting one of those, I'd assume. Eating their own graveyard for us. Bye-bye. That felt good. And we you know, kind of pre-planned that. It was premeditated. Uh-oh, we might get in trouble. Force the sacrifice.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Hit him with the despair. Draw 2. Kill their Fable. Big hit. I choose not to draw. But I could have if I wanted to. 2 cards in hand. The graveyard's empty. 3 life left. That's a Diamond 1 mono red player that we take down. Thanks for the follow. Going first, keeping 7. Sleeper out. Get rid of the summoning sickness. Let's first hit for 1. Play the underdog. And then these 1-drops are easy to kind of play a little later and dodge something like Make Disappear. Which I have a sneaking suspicion. Push up the sleeper once. They could only counter 1. Boom, double spell pierce. Eat your words, bro. And I honestly wouldn't mind drawing out that counterspell if we can. Alright, I mean, we've already got them down to 12. That's a lot of the work. You know, nearly halfway there. Impulse. It's a control deck. Probably finding like a temporal. Exile my face off. Not too shabby. We will need that 5th land somewhere along the way. Let's push up our sleeper. Aiming for 6. Down to 4. Hey. That's practically cheating, you know? You just gain 7 life, dude. Here comes the counterspell. There's no way you let Gix enter. It's just not in the forecast. My weather guy, he's never wrong. For an additional 6, down to 5 this time. Terrified of a field wipe, which, you know, I think we're gonna see here. Really? Nice. Okay, so they have to interact. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's cute. Really cute, dude. 6 life. Eat a Rudel. Watch them counter this and me not push up the sleeper. But they could have bounced the sleeper, so I didn't want to do it. It's a white sun now. White sun to gain life and wipe our whole field. Memory Deluge. Well, how are you going to win the game that way? Dude, you had to cast White Sun. Good game. Going first with 3 land. Very nice hand here. It's cool when, you know, you have both an offensive and defensive spell. Camera. What's going on? Are you alright? Just had to rest my eyes. I feel you. I feel you. Grixis is a scary deck to play against. Hello, good game. Different one. Will we need to remove? Yes. Get blast. Just pushing up the team, slamming in. I'd like to leave this in case we need to use it as removal. Let's push up the underdog. There's the removal. I'm gonna push to 3. I'm scared of Brotherhood's End, the 3 damage field wipe, so I don't want to just, you know, play my last card and then they take them both. Kaido? 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 I don't know. Pronunciation's not my strong suit.
I'll handle this one.
Okay. I mean, let's just gain life then, right? We can't allow them to take that minus because it results in life gain, so just, you know, let's nip that in the butt. Alright, so maybe if we are lucky, they'll play a creature. That's like a shielder, dude. Come on, who doesn't love a little Shelly? It's never a bad play until it is. No attacks or blocks. 4 cards in hand. I mean, it could even be an Invoke to spare, but they should have done that before the ability. Yeah. Couple different options with that top deck. We take Shelly, which is just a good play. They can cycle the blood if they wanted the life gain. We'll attempt the kill on the Dancing Shadow. Looks like we will get it.
This was tougher than I expected.
Creature can go. Screw it. Let's close this out. I don't like giving the Grixis deck any room to breathe, you know? Just pray. Pray it's not the Brotherhood's End. God damn it. Let's hit for 3, take the draw. Pardon my language. I'm so sorry. That's not appropriate. What a good play that was, right? 6 life. 4 cards in hand. My lord. Harvester's fine, whatever. Blood token's cool. All right. 2 land after the blood transfusion. That's a good when they cycle blood tokens, let's start calling them blood transfusions. A second Hoover. So it's a Lily minus.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. Off you go.
And then taketh away. One damage to 5. God damn it. I did it again. Gosh darn it. Oh no. Just keep blasting, just keep blasting, 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 blasting. We get a draw and can cast our creature again. Yours is gone forever. It's a new song I've been working on. Okay, they have 3 cards, 2 blood tokens. Oh my god. Becky, don't you dare play a second creature. As long as its power is not greater, I guess. Could be counterspell, so we're gonna have to play that first. We want the counters, and we want to destroy your strongest creature. E-I-E-I-O, and shouldered was his name-o. Go for the throat. Solid, dude. All right. Now what? Blood transfusion on the land. Invoke Despair, draw 3 cards. Another transfusion. Four cards in hand. Oh, this land is so good. There's nothing like pulling your 9th land on 22. You know, 22 lands in the deck, why not pull 9 of them? Big money, no whammies. I look at theirs first, so it doesn't seem weird when I look at my own. It is nighttime. Okay. It remains nighttime, I believe. This Trespasser gets us the game. Another land. Oh my lord. That's a good land, dude. And that should be lethal. Good game. That was a close one. Really back and forth there. Going first with a good hand. Multiple 1-drops. Great to see. Ehow. I like the name. I think it's a cut down, so I don't want to give them good value by sinking mana into it just yet. Let's wait a little bit. Right, we see it here. It's unavoidable. Oh, it's a Grixis deck. Brutal, dude. I hate Grixis decks. Let's swing in. Pump for 1. Secondary cut down. I hold it. You know I'm not going to sink any more mana into it in fear of us, you know, that cut down. So we hold it. If they cast it on the stack, we can jump out of the way by using its ability, right? Corpse Appraiser's phenomenal. Resolve. Kill it. And then play Shelly. Hopefully we can get some good value going. I like it. Down to 12. Full hand. They probably have removal, but it's going to eat up their turn. Cut down on the sleeper. Yep. They take their draw, which is a good sign. Losing life. Land out. Just a Corpse Appraiser. Finds an answer. But we're hitting for 6, 7, 8. And that's pretty close. It's too bad that's not a draw effect. Lily out. Lily minus.
I've always hated crowds.
Hit for 6, and then here, I hope, it's not guaranteed. Yep, there it is. They could have had on their upkeep, right? Down to 1. Should be alright. We do have the Mishra's Foundry to close out the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 1 deck in the world, Grixis Midrange. Did I get you? Going first. No 1-drop. But really like this 2/3. Thank you so much, 2 Gray, for you. I really appreciate it. That is phenomenal. Thank you for the support. I mean, it's not the Trespasser, so if it is a counter spell, you know, it's important against Mono Blue that we can get this Trespasser out and eat their grave. Just waiting. There's no rush. Let's grab 2 life. Pass turn. Hold up, cut down. There's no need to force a draw. We can do that on their end step. Which we will see here. Draw. So we're getting some value at least. 2 life, thank you. 5th land, Seeker dodges, make it disappear, but there's, you know, a litany of other counters that get us. There we go. Loving those counter spells. This can eat their grave. Right? Am I wrong on that? Counters, destroy, return creatures, sack creatures, no grave. Control. Liliana out. Pulse counter magic. No!
Something suspicious is going on. And for once,
Interesting.
it's not my fault.
We will push up, force a discard.
I'm tired of your secrets.
My raid goes. Their land goes. And turn, we hold up, cut down. We have also the Buster. That's legitimately frightening. One, two, three, four, five. In hand so far. It's pretty good. Take our draw. Cut down doesn't work. We can grab the Trespasser back. This pulls counter magic. We have 4 mana left up. We can put Shieldred in play. No interaction. Wow. Force the Sacrifice is our next step. They phase it out. They just bounce it back. Okay, I'm game. I'm down to clown.
One of your
And I'm playing Shoulder, dude. No counter magic here, baby. Let's go. We'll also crew Shelly. And that is a good game, Mr. Blue. Or Mrs. Blue, Ghoul Blue, Goblin Blue. Whatever blue. I liked it. That was a good game. Going first on 2 land. It's acceptable. I kind of like the sleeper into Life of Toshiro. Not too shabby. The Flibble Flip pet is phenomenal. A little less toned in this new version. He's been eating a little... You know, he's been into the sweets. Or hitting the gym. I mean, look at those. Those shoulders look pretty tough here. I guess this is acceptable as well. One of my favorite moves. And that's what makes Life of Toshiro so cool. It's like you can push up your attacker, which is great. You can kill one of their things, which is even better. Or worst case scenario, you just gain 2 life. Not too shabby. So Sphere active. Please don't kill my sleeper. So you can gain 2 life here. The other interactions aren't safe. I'm gonna swing for 1. Really? I didn't see any interaction there. Kill the creature. I know it's instant speed, but I don't want to give them the option because, you know, it's choose. They get the choice. So if I do it, well, there's only one choice to make. I appreciate that. All right, we need to invoke this Warfare away. It's going to be a little bit easier with Toshiro, but we still need that next land. Let's take the Phoenix from the Grizzave for 1. And now we need to get all of our creatures up to 3 because End of Festivities hits for 2 with the Warfare out, right? Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Becky. Look at that warfare. It's just so big. It's kind of weird that that's burnt into my brain. You know? Like all the things that I could be storing. I have Sir Mix a lot. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You know? It's just so good. I mean, at this point, the life gain's probably better than anything. Like, you know, they could remove that and then we've got no value. We do force sacrifice a mechanized warfare here, so if there's a spell, they're cast it now. Alright, let's do 5 big ones. Ugh, with the scry to the bottom, thankfully. That's alright. That's even better, and that sucks. But, whatever. Gets it out of the way. 3 damage here. Brutal, dude. 4 damage here. Yikes. That is outrageous. Oh, we love this though. A little bit of life gain. Down to 5. And I'm feeling fairly comfortable here. Boom, and the festivities again. I was kidding! Bad joke. Bad joke. Nice land. I don't know why they didn't get their exile and attack. They could have channeled the heck out of that thing, you know? Okay, for 4. Oh my lord. Yes! And that's game. I think I shot myself in the foot there. Woof. Mono Black Midrange is fairly disgusting. However, isn't the meta just a disgusting place? Especially this late into the set. You know, we're in the final 2 weeks of the set. Things are fairly, you know, solidified as to what is the best deck. You can be creative. Don't get me wrong. We have creative decks all the time. But they perform, you know, not as hot as, you know, casting Shoulder and Invoke Despair game after game after game. So if you're not cheating, you're probably not winning. So use a super busted card if you're looking to rank up, at least this early on in the season. Obviously, as the month goes on, ranking up does become a little bit easier. But, you know, you got to play dirty to win sometimes. And, you know, we had actually a ton of fun doing it because it's not something that we've done in quite some time. So let's tear open the pack. Big money, no whammies. Our last pack was worth over $300 Canadian. Yeah. We got a completed Phyrexian treated Elish Norn, which is wild. And in the exact same pack, an alt art Sheoldred, which is incredible as well. So let's dive in. I'm going to focus the pack and we'll see what we've got here. All right, here we go. The Deckmaster revealing his first card. The Insight. We love a little insight. Next up, we have the Siphoner. The Spore Singer. A beautiful Fair Basilica. One Paladin. Oh my lord, this is a keeper. The Slaughter Singer. What an annoying card and annoying deck. The Selesnya Toxic deck is just unbearable. Pretty nice forest here. Uh-oh. On the backside of this forest was a Forge, which I'm a big fan of. You know, I love Urbrask Forge. That is a cool card. I'm gonna put that in the keep pile, baby. A full art filigree Celix. Not too shabby. This is a commander card. Kemba's Banner for 4 mana. Artifact equipment for Mirrodin. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. That's pretty good. A little expensive, but pretty good. We have a Bone Picker. A Sinew Dancer. Phyrexian Treated. Canker Bloom. That's underwhelming. Definitely not a Mondrak. Oh my lord, but this is pretty good. And an alt arts, completed arts, full arts, Eternal Wanderer. That's a good one, right? And finally, a holographic full art White Sun's Twilight, which you just cannot complain about. And then our token. Woo! All right, so overall, that's actually not too bad of a pack. The completed full art Eternal Wanderer, I think, saves the pack. The Forge is really quite nice as well. And the White Sun's Twilight is phenomenal. So pretty nice pack at the end of the day. We have only one more collector's booster to open. And then I'm into like some stray packs. I've got Double Masters, Modern Horizons, Ixalan, Eldraine, you know, so a lot of Crimson Vow, some older packs to open while we wait for March of the Machines to come in. And Lord of the Rings, that box has been ordered too, so that's actually super exciting. Of course, all that and more on the channel. Don't miss out, like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member for access to that Sunday only stream where you can challenge me directly. And I'd also like to showcase my latest camera angle, because I know you guys don't get to see this on YouTube, but you're here. So here is the latest and greatest. It's still a work in progress. It's getting better though. We got the cats. Oh, don't touch my butt. And Simba's there on the bed as well. We big chillin'. And then just getting the camera more so set up for Spell Table to make the pack openings a little bit better. And then we can play some Commander as well, hopefully, which is super, super cool. But, you know, with that being said, have an absolute magical day, ghouls and goblins. I appreciate the support. We'll see you soon in the next, yeah?